Pamela calling us from Louisiana. Hey, Pamela.
Hey, I was wanting to ask you if investing in the Iraqi Dinar was a good thing.
Okay. Well, it's a great question, Pamela. I get it a lot. There's a lot of people doing it. I've spoke to people that have mortgaged their homes. I've spoke to people that have done it in a small way for $400 or $500, and they're all going to be, or believe they're all going to be millionaires. Listen, there have been currency scams going on since the beginning of time. There and there always will be. There were currency scams going on in the temple when Jesus turned over the tables. It was a wonderful thing. People would come there for their sacrifice during that time of year, and they would have to change their money. And the currency rate that they would get was very different. And guys are making a lot of money on that. And, and scams on currency have been going on for years. It is the idea that the Iraqi dinar is going to be reissued if that government ever gets stabilized, which, by the way, if you're following the news this weekend, you're realizing it is just still falling apart at the seams. So a stabilized government is probably a long way from happening. But the idea that when they put in their new currency, that they are going to give you $1 for your old dollar is ludicrous. It's not going to happen. I'm not saying it couldn't, but if it did, then their new government would immediately lose any full faith and credit that they may have, and it's all going to go to junk because it's just not going to happen that way. If, and it's a big if, they were to reissue a new currency, they may take 100 of the old dinars and give you $1. But they're not going to do a dollar for dollar exchange. It's just not going to happen. I mean, so I hate to say that because there are people that love this program that I love, that are great listeners and supporters that think it's going to happen. And I don't, look, it's just, if you're doing it with a couple $100, because I may be wrong and I could be, anything's possible in that area. I guess I in the currency issue, and I could be wrong. But if you want to spend $200 and think you're going to get $1 million, if that happens, and you don't care about losing that $200, then that's fine. Then, that's okay if you want to try that, or even $1,000 or whatever. But there are people that have mortgaged their homes for this. It's so sad. And it really is something that is very, very unlikely to happen. There's nothing illegal about it. I'm not doing anything illegal. That's why they're doing it. So, but it is a scam, in my opinion, and I emphasize in my opinion.